Good evening, YouTube. General Soulbeck with Grandia. Before we go to the next optional dungeon, I am going to go back to Kafu Village and spin the mana egg we got from that last dungeon to give Rap wind magic so that he's got all 4 magics to work on. So if we head out this way, then we have Zilpardon that we can go to. I'm not going to go there just yet. So we'll come over here. We're going to go ahead and spin the mana egg to get wind magic for Rap. And from my understanding, our last party member is going to have all 4 magics on them. So it's like, well, why do I need more mana eggs? But we still need to get about 4 or 5 more mana eggs for that trophy, which is a missable. Then we have this dungeon we're about to do. So I dropped stuff off in storage, sold some stuff. Now, go back to the Zil Desert, and yes, we want in the north part. Okay, so head towards the western part of the desert. Just like with the southern, it's on the western part. Here it is right here. This is what we're looking for. What's up, Rap? The Soldier's Graveyard, huh? Okay. So it's tough. This is a tougher dungeon. Much more annoying dungeon than Castle of Dreams. This is the only save point in this dungeon. Period. There is no other save points, and this dungeon is quite large. I go ahead and make a save here, so if something goes bad, we'll just start right here. Alright. Bunch of new enemies here, and these enemies, for the most part, just about every enemy is resistant to magic. I don't figure that out for a little bit. So I start noticing that even though I am using Boom on Justin on enemies and hitting groups of enemies, he's not getting any XP. So this ends up being a dungeon where I would just recommend melee. Everyone melee. I did go ahead and have Fina cast WoW to increase people's melee damage, but after a while it really got to, I'm gonna run out of MP if I keep doing that. So I would just say everyone go out melee. Don't bother wasting your magic here. Not worth it. Just melee. So yeah, at this point I have not quite figured out that they resist magic and that some of the characters are not gaining XP for using magic. So just melee. Just everybody melee. This will be a good place to level up your weapons. So because if you'll watch, Justin just used Boom, which is fire and earth. Watch how much skill points he got. Not a single skill point. So don't use your spells here. If you're going to use any magic, just use heals. This is probably a place where you're going to want to have some resu potions. Okay, here's the next new enemy. Well, we already saw this enemy, unfortunately, so, but will-o-wisps. Will-o-wisps, they can either divide and make more will-o-wisps, and if they've already taken damage when they divide, they will basically have the same amount of health as what they had when they split. Or they can do an attack that really doesn't do much damage. A lot of times it did 0 damage to me. Or they have one where they will turn into a fire hand and just go in a straight line, and anyone that's in the path takes damage. That's the most dangerous attack from them. The previous enemies, those little, I guess, worms sticking out of the ground, they can avoid some attacks, but I have not seen them do anything too dangerous. They're just a little tankier than other enemies. And it took me a little while to remember that I had wind magic, so after a while I do start using Howl on Rap. I get that up to level 2, so he now has all level 1 spells done. Jump over here for the shield. This shield I'm not going to use. It gives good defense, but you lose a lot of movement. So you can't move as far, so not worth it. I could possibly give that to Milda, since she's got the odd hat and is going to teleport anyway. Didn't even think about that, but I do like that gauntlet on her. Alright, come back down here. I'm going to just recover. Now, I get to a point where I want to recover. I want to come back to the save point, but I'm thinking I can't. Turns out you can return back to the save point from any point in the dungeon, but I did not realize that, so I made things a little harder than they needed to be. Okay, here's our next new enemy, Cerberus. These things are probably the most dangerous things in this dungeon. They can run up and attack and not do much damage, but they have one where they will do like a fire breath that goes in a straight line. If multiple of them does that to your party wipe. It's fuck you, restart. And this is the sad thing. Spoiler. At the end, after I have beaten the boss of this dungeon, I got ambushed by a group of these. 3 of them did that fire attack and killed everyone but Milda. So I ended up having to run from every battle to get out of here. So Rap's got, instead of getting the ice magic with his water, he gets poison. And to be honest, the poison doesn't seem to be all that great.
This'll teach you.
If I'm lucky, I poison like 1 enemy every time I use it. I don't really care for the poison. But now that I've got wind, I know how much work I need to put into Rap. I did not take a look to see what my stats look like at the end of this dungeon. I do know I gained a level or 2 on everyone's weapons. And I did gain up to level 2 on wind. So I do know all level 1 spells on Rap are done. As far as anything else, and he did gain when we were getting out to go get him the wind magic with the egg. Rap did end up getting what was it called? The level 2 boom bang or boom something like that. For some reason I cannot initiate a fight with that one. He is like above me and I cannot initiate a fight. I am going to once again recover. And now we are going to head this path. So there's a few more enemies that we can fight, but they do not appear until deeper in this dungeon. There are 5 levels to this dungeon. Okay, Sonic Nut gives you +2 action level for 1 friend, but it's an item that has to be used in battle. So that's probably an item I'm going to sell. I don't think I'll ever use that. Alright. Head this way. Okay, there's those little worm guys. Yeah, I haven't really seen those things do anything too damaging. The monsters in both of these dungeons, the Castle of Dreams and the Soldier's Graveyard, don't really give you great XP, but the Castle of Dreams is a great place to work on your skills and build those up. This is a great place to, well, it's not really a great place, but it's a good place to level up your weapons. Alright, so I'm going back to use the save point one final time. I wanted, at a later point when I was getting really low MP, I really wanted to come back to the save point, but I didn't think that I could get back to it, so we didn't. So in all, I will show you how you can get back to this area here in a minute. Alright, welcome to the basement 2 level. I'm conferring with my map, and I'm turning it this way so that I can compare the map with where the compass is looking. That's not where I want to go first. Head this way first. And down here, there's money. Right here, you can drop down from above and then make your way back to basement 1 and get to the save point. So for those of you that want to use magic, you can, and you can just go all the way back to the beginning and use that save point to recover. But I would definitely stock up on resu potions. I had 2 on me. I used both of them, and I needed 3 more. Like I said, the enemies, for the most part, are not too tough. But a few of them, if you get bad luck with the actions, you're fucked. Alright, so I'm gonna head back this way. Now we jump across here, and this is what made me think that I cannot get back to the save point, because I thought, well, I can't climb back up there. Now, another thing that this dungeon likes to do that pisses me off is after you've cleared an area, you go to another area and you encounter some new monsters, it will spawn monsters back where you came from. And that nearly cost me whenever I was trying to get out of this dungeon, as you'll see. Okay, money there. Alright, head in here, and right in the center of the room we get a fire cape. It's not great. Okay, this dungeon's gonna have tricks like this, where it looks like there's a solid wall, but it's not. Now I'm gonna be very honest, a few points in this, I am lost. I'm trying to figure out what in the fuck am I supposed to do. Alright, jump across here. Grab this item, and we get an XP jewel. I'm thinking this is an item that gives you extra XP or skill points. No. It's just a ring that you can sell for a lot of money. That's all it is. So, fuck you, game. Alright, so we cannot get back across, so we drop down to the next level, and here's new enemies. And I got ambushed. Yay. Wolfman. Wolfman, they have a physical attack that takes a while to actually hit and doesn't do too much damage. The most dangerous thing that they have is they can shoot a fire breath. And that I've had that hit everyone all over the battlefield, and I've also had that only hit a couple of people. So I don't know if it's random on who all it's going to hit, or if they have to be within a certain radius or what. But as I said, I've had my party members on all different corners of the of the battle get hit, and I've had them kind of be close, and only one or two gets hit. So I don't know. So as you can see, I've already figured out Justin just physically attack. This is where I'm trying to build up the wind for Rap. Whenever I get level 2 wind, I decide screw it, physical attacks. And there near the end, I end up doing the same thing with Fina. Just say screw magic, physical attacks. At this point, I'm still working on fire and earth because I believe that's the last thing she needs other than water. But yeah, it takes these beastmen or wolfmen or whatever they are, it takes them a while whenever they go to physically hit before they'll actually do damage, and they don't do much damage. It's really that fire blast you want to watch out for. Yeah, this definitely is not going to help you with getting your skills leveled up. Alright, so final new enemy other than the boss. We have space-time armor. These enemies can teleport away from your damage. It doesn't seem to happen too often. I believe that it happens once here. But then I don't recall it ever happening again, so I'm wondering if maybe I'll get some XP or some skill points for fire and earth on these enemies. No, I don't. It doesn't even do much damage. Most of the enemies here actually resist magic. Honestly, it is not all that worth it to use your magic. For Rap, it kind of is, because he's so low level with his magic that he's going to get a ton of experience. There's level 2 wind, so he's got runner. So at this point now, Rap has every level 1 spell he's going to learn. And you saw that space-time armor just teleport away from Milda, so... I tried to teleport again, but it looks like we got it, or one of us. They never do teleport away from Justin. They might actually do it, but they never did for me. So yeah, no XP for magic, so not worth it. Okay. Now this place is kind of mazy. And I'm trying to figure out where exactly I am, because here's the thing: there's two basement 4 levels. There's an east and a west. This is the west basement 4. You see that gray wall right there? That is a door that we will need to open. It takes me a while to figure out what I'm supposed to do to open that door. You're going to actually end up seeing me kind of roam around and be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Take that. Alright, so there's our way back up. So, somewhere in here is a hidden path to get an item. And I'm trying not to read the guide to figure out how to get there. But I'm thinking, do I have to do something with these eagle statues? What the fuck am I supposed to do? So I'm trying to figure out where this place is. Coming down here, and I'm like, no. Where the hell is it? So yeah, you're seeing me be very, very confuzzled. This dungeon is very mazy. It has invisible. It has walls that look solid, but they're not. That will lead you to treasures and paths you go. That will take you to basement 5. Yeah, this dungeon. Okay, I noticed the gray wall finally. So we need to get a key for this door. Spoiler alert, the key is in that room that I'm trying to figure out how to get to. So at this point I'm like, okay, let's just go back up to basement 3 and let's finish exploring that area. So having to use my map and figure out where exactly I am. Head up here. Oh, lots of enemies. Alright. And we can drop down the hole there to go back to basement 4. Grab this money. I'm wondering if this is the part where I'm thinking about going back to the save point to recover. I think this is. But yeah, you see that they've spawned some enemies here now. Yeah, I'm thinking let's go back to the save point and recover. And I actually go up to get a little bit of ways, and I'm like, I don't think I can climb back up there. So yeah, I basically got right to where I could have dropped down to go back to basement floor 1, but I didn't know it at the time. So I just ran back and like, well, I guess we'll just have to tough it out, and I'll try not to use my magic. So I think it's around here where I'm just like, I'm not going to use magic at all. You know what's funny is I think they just landed me right in front of where I needed to go. Alright, so we're going to go to basement floor 5. Alright. Now, we can't really go too far this way. And here's where the trick comes in. It's like, oh, what? There's only one way to go, and I can't get up there. I can't climb this. What the hell am I supposed to do? And I'm looking at the map, like, ah. Get away from my cake, Zoe. Alright, Diana arm. What's interesting about the Diana arm is it says here that, okay, prevents move, blocks magic. That's not the item I'm thinking of. There's a different item that I was thinking that we get here that I was thinking that was. I don't care if you lick your lips, you're not getting any cake. That's people food. You're not a people. Alright, so conferring with the map, there's supposed to be something. Aha! And here's... Oh, I forgot about these guys. Mostly because I only fight them like 3 times in this entire dungeon. So we have Iron Giants. They are so slow that they don't ever get an action. So just melee. Just go melee. You'll kill them all. They're not tough at all. They're a little tanky, but they'll die. They'll go down real quick, and they are so slow you'll get like 2 turns for every one before it gets 1. Very easy, not hard at all. continue down this path, you'll face a couple more iron giants. And right here we get Ice Blade. I'm focusing right now on getting Justin's mace done and Rap's dagger, so we're not going to bother with it. And we probably already have a better weapon anyway. And here. Well, if you're going to disappear, I'm just going to take this then. All Seed. That gives you basically 1 to all stats. Strength, Vitality, Wit, Agility, so we'll get 2 in this dungeon. I use one on Justin, and I use the other on Fina. Alright, go ahead and fight these guys just to get them out of the way. Alright, come up here to basement floor east. We can't do anything here. We're trapped here. Can't get that chest, so at this point you're gonna see me stop. I'm finally caving in and reading the guide on what we're supposed to do, and the guide really doesn't tell you much of what you're supposed to do, so I still have to, for the most part, figure this out myself. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm really reading it going, that doesn't make sense! So you're not telling me anything! Mostly what I figure out is I need to go back down to the west basement floor. Apparently I need to get this key to that door that I was trying to figure out how to get to earlier, and it didn't look like I could. So I get looking it over again, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. So at this point now, I'm just deciding to test every wall. This part definitely is done. Alright, so there's a wall here that is fake and that easy. There's the damn key. So now I need to go to that gray door. So I'm trying to remember where the gray door is from here. I'm like, where was it? Where was it? Where was it? So yeah, as you see, even with the map and kind of using the guide, this dungeon is a little confusing. So I'm trying to remember where the door is, and I think it's over here. Yep, there it is. Now we can open the door. We're back to east basement 4, and we are in the boss chamber. When the camera changed, it's telling you the boss is right there. Will not let you change it unless you leave the area. That's the boss right there, the Kung Fu Master. I don't want to fight him right now. We're going to go this way first. And this is bullshit here. Alright, so where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There is another hidden... There. So why am I saying it's bullshit? Well, after we kill this guy, when we get this treasure, when we come out, that previous room is filled with enemies. And I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, I have no heals, I have no revives, I'm running out of magic, I don't want to fucking fight anymore. I want to beat the boss, get all the treasures, get the fuck out. So I'm trying to figure out what these soldier souls are, and as I'm looking at it, I'm kind of like, okay, where that central room was, there were these 4 corners. I bet you were supposed to put those on those. And yeah, bullshit. Right there, I'm like, I'm done fighting. Done fighting. Nope. They're going to do the same bullshit here too. I'm trying to avoid fights now. Second soldier soul, there are 4 in this dungeon so that we can get that treasure that was on that little platform. I tried to avoid enemies and I got ambushed. Alright, we have no choice now but to fight the boss. Beating this boss will give you the trophy. What was the name of it? Fast as lightning. So, Kung Fu Master, Fast as lightning. If you don't get the reference, just know I hated that fucking song. So right now I'm pulling up the guides, and in a way, here's the thing. Both guides are making this boss out to sound like he can one-shot you, and you're gonna have no chance at all. I think this boss was easier than the last one. He's only got 1 attack per turn. So I am going to use... Okay, there's our new skill, Aura. It basically just defends against attacks. So I'm like, what do I want to use? What do I want to use? I'm going to use Mid-Air Cut. He's pretty tanky. He's got quite a bit of HP. I do use a Digging to lessen some of his damage. He can hit hard. So Digging does help. He does use Vanish, which will remove Digging. So be aware of that. He has 4 moves that he can do. He can defend, which will lessen the amount of damage you do, and will heal him almost 300 HP. In fact, he starts off using that. He has Vanish, which will remove all status affecting spells on everyone. And then he has a tornado move where he's going to punch a person up in the air and then jump on their stomach. And he's got another move called Spin Kick, but he never did that to me. Alright, so we're going to use the Fire Whip on him. I was deciding Fire Whip or Zap Whip. What do I want to use? Okay, we did Zap Whip the first time. The Mild is going to use a Mild to hit. Alright, so he's no longer defending. Perfect. So yeah, both guides were making him out like, oh, he is super hard. You're going to need all these means to resurrect yourself. You're going to need all these potions, and he didn't. He came close to killing one, but not really. Just pretty much go at him with your hardest hitting moves. So I decided to hit him with a shockwave here.
Here goes. Gonna thrash you good.
Alright, Fina. Yeah, let's do a burn flare. Okay, there's Tornado. He punches one up into the air. They land elsewhere. And then he'll jump on the stomach a few times. He does a decent amount of damage. Not a whole lot. But obviously digging is helping. But yeah, just hit him with your hardest hitting moves. He'll go down. He's not too tough. If I was lower level, yeah, he'd be a problem.
Gonna thrash you good.
But yeah, both guys made this guy sound like he is just gonna wipe me out, and I really think that the other boss in the Castle of Dreams was much harder than this. Because it really does seem like, I don't know about the spin kick, because like I said, he never really did that to me. But it really just seems all his moves target one. So as long as you keep the healing up, he's no problem. So there we go, another tornado, and he healed too. That's the most annoying part of him, is he heals.
I burn to a crisp.
But yeah, just keep at him. He'll go down.
100 million degrees. Take that. Now you'll be okay.
Okay, he gets rid of our digging, so priority now is put digging back on. And before I do that, I go ahead and have Justin go out and attack, because he's the one doing the most damage. We'll have Rap do digging.
Use your guts. Guts. Burn out.
I mean, there's really not much else to really say about this boss. He's not... I mean, he's tanky as hell. He does hit hard. But I think his dungeon is annoying as fuck. But he's a much... I think he's an easier boss than the what was it, Ghost Lord? Lord's Ghost. I had it backwards. Alright. Fina's learned Dragon Zap. Quit healing. Now that's not spin kick. That's not one of his special moves. He just went to town on Fina. This is the closest anyone gets to being killed by this boss. I mean, I'm sitting there as like, oh, he's still going. I better heal Fina.
How about this?
Yeah, that is the closest anyone came to dying.
See my power.
And it looks like he's ready, still ready to attack. Alright, that looks like that's his pissy boss mode there. Stop it. And then he heals 744. What the fuck?
Now you'll be okay.
So yeah, if he didn't heal, he'd be much easier than he is. Well, you see, we're running out of MP. I can't do any more level 3, so let's do Burn Strike. And I want Rap to use Boom Pow. Get him some fire and earth. Unfortunately, the boss is too fast and hits him with Tornado. And I think that actually canceled his attack, if I'm remembering. Yeah, canceled his attack. And he healed!
Now you'll be okay.
It's like, if he didn't heal, he would be dead already. If he didn't heal, so let's do another Burn Strike.
Burnout.
Rap, go ahead and use, well, I wanted to see what Mist Tide does. It's not an attack, that's for damn sure. Alright, Milda, kick his ass. And he heals as I'm hitting him!
Now I'm really angry.
It's like, really? Stop it! Because he's defending. He's defending. Oh, he's defending. He's an annoying little bastard.
See my power.
Rap, get him with Boom Pow.
Come on back for more.
Fina, please kill him. Please. Please kill him.
Blaze.
Please kill him.
Flame.
I don't need him healing again. We got him. And as soon as he explodes, just like with the Lord's Ghost, we get the trophy Fast as Lightning for beating this guy. Whew. Got a Satis gem. I think everyone except for Milda leveled up on that one. So now we are able to get all the treasures. We still need to get 2 soldiers' souls. I was trying to see if I could just put them up on this, but no. Once we get the other 2, they just automatically open. Come in here. Right there is a Y medal. That's what I was confusing the Diana medal for. The Y medal restores SP during attacks. So I'm like, don't I already have one that does that? It says restores SP a lot during attacks. So I decided to switch them out to see what the difference is. Go this way. This is going to be one of the last fights that I actually do. Alright, there's a soldier soul. Because here in just a minute is going to be the battle where I get wiped out. And only Milda is left alive. Okay, we got another all fruit, so I'm going to use this on Fina. So we're still alive here. It's this next fight. Grab that. There's our last soldier soul. Now we can get that chest. Okay, that wasn't too bad. There is Okay, so there's one more area with some treasure that I'm looking for, but it's not in here. It's out there, and that's whenever I get nearly wiped out. That fight right there. That fight right there. Okay, so I skipped ahead, but there's a hidden wall there that will lead to this god knife. Everyone is dead, as you see, except for Milda. I have no more healing. I cannot revive. Everyone that has a revive spell is dead. Revive potions are gone. I am screwed. So, at this point, if I get into a fight, I'm running. I'm like, oh shit. Every fight that I get into here, I'm just running from the battle. I'm just like, I want out. I want to go home. I want to go home. So, yeah, this one got really tense. There were a couple times where I'm just like, you motherfuckers, stop spawning enemies on top of me! Right. Energy charm. I don't even care what that does right now. I want to go home. So it's at this point where I'm realizing, okay, there is a way to get back to that save point, because that's what I have to do. I have to walk my ass back. Alright, so I'm reorienting myself with the map so I can know where to go, so I can avoid as many fights as possible. Okay. Yeah, I was like, well, we can go around or we can go across. Alright, back to level 3. And stop spawning enemies. Stop spawning enemies. Alright, getting back up to basement 2. I have not figured out how I'm supposed to get back to basement level 1 yet, so I'm going to kind of roam around and end up getting into some battles that I didn't need to. I had some scary moments when I got ambushed, and I'm like, oh shit, and it's the enemies that wiped out the party. So I could just drop right there, but I haven't realized that. So I'm trying to go all the way back to where the little jump pad that I jumped down here is at. Not realizing I don't need to do that. I'm like, yeah, they spawn new enemies. I don't want to fight those. I don't want to do that. I come in here, fuck you. So I try and sneak by these guys, fuck you. And then I get to where the jump pad area is. I'm like, yeah, I can't climb that. There's got to be another way. How the hell do I get up there? Can't figure it out. I'm looking at the map and I'm like, that doesn't indicate anything. Let's go back a little bit and see if I can figure out something. Thankfully, these guys ignored me this time. And I get around here, and I'm like, wait, can I drop down there? Am I that stupid? Yes, I am. So I could have easily run back to the save point at any time. It would have made the video a little bit longer, but I could have done it. Yes, I know. I don't care. I just want to get to the save point and get out. We don't fight anything. This floor is pretty well clear, so we're going to make it to the save point and we're going to call it a day. So if you've enjoyed the walkthrough so far, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. If you feel like making a donation to the cause, there's a link in the description to buy me a coffee. It is not required, but it is always appreciated. And we will get back to the story of Grandia in the next video.